Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How are you, students? Today we will study subject physics. Today topic is dot product and scalar product. Dot product or scalar product, and cross product or vector product. There are two types of product: dot product of vectors and cross product of vectors. Dot product is also known as scalar product. Cross product also known as vector product. Dot product of two vectors. Dot product of two vectors is the product of the magnitude of the two vectors and the cos of the angle between them. For example, if you write A dot B, if two vectors are multiplied, it is written as AB cos theta. So the magnitude of vector A and vector B and the cos of the angle between these two. When two vectors A and B are multiplied in such a way that they result a scalar quantity is called a scalar product or dot product. For example, if we write work is equal to F dot D. Work is the dot product of force and displacement. So work is a scalar quantity. So this is called dot product. In dot product, the physical meaning of the scalar product can be explained by considering two vectors A and B as shown in the diagram. This is vector A and this is vector B. If you draw perpendicular from this line, this line represents A cos theta. A cos theta is called the projection of vector A on vector B, a fictive component of vector A along vector B. A dot B is equal to, you will write A component of B parallel to A, B cos theta. Projection of B, if we write A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. B cos theta is the projection of vector B along vector A. This is the diagram for projection of vector B along vector A. The projection of vector A onto the direction of vector B. A dot B is equal to B component of A parallel to vector B. Now, cross product. When two vectors are multiplied in such a way that they result a vector quantity. For example, A cross B is equal to AB cross is replaced by sine theta. So when two vectors are multiplied in such a way that it result a vector quantity is called a cross product. Torque is the example of this one. Torque is equal to R cross F. Now, we have considered two vectors A and B, and the resultant quantity is vector C. It is written as A cross B is equal to C, AB sine theta or AB sine theta, where theta is the angle between the two vectors. The angle theta ranges from 0 degree to 180 degrees. So the vector product always positive, so that the vector product always positive value, have positive value. Vector product is a vector quantity. The direction of vector C can be found out by right hand rule or left hand Fleming rule. Left hand Fleming rule or right hand rule. Now cross product. When two vectors A and B are multiplied in such a way that they result a vector quantity is called a vector product or cross product. keep the thumb, the this finger in the direction of vector A of the first vector and it in the direction of vector B. The thumb will show the direction of the resultant vector. Now, this finger will be always kept in the direction of the first vector. For example, if you write A cross B, so this will show the direction of vector A. If you want to find the direction of B cross A, this will be kept in the direction of vector B and this will be kept in the direction of vector A. And the thumb will show the direction of the resultant vector. Or otherwise use right hand rule. Curls the finger in the direction of rotation. The thumb will show direction of the resultant vector. Now you can check, these are the example for you people, and find the direction. Keep the middle, keep the lady finger in the direction of first vector. So you can find its direction by using either right hand rule or using left hand Fleming rule. If you want to find A cross B, keep the lady finger in the direction of vector A, in the direction of vector A, and draw a parallel vector line which is equal in length to vector B and acting in the same direction. Then apply right hand rule. Keep the fingers in the direction of vector A and curl in the fingers and curls the finger in the direction of vector B. The thumb will give you the direction of resultant vector. Same procedure is with the other vector. So you will find the direction, or otherwise use left hand Fleming rule. Keep the lady finger in the direction of vector A and the middle finger in the direction of vector B. Middle finger in the direction of vector B. The thumb will give you the direction of the resultant vector. Now, apply this rule which is shown in the diagram to these two diagrams. Here you will find A cross B. First, keep this finger in the direction of vector A and then find the other finger in the direction of vector B. You will find A cross B and then find the direction of B cross A. Both will be in opposite direction. A cross B will be in the upward direction and B cross A will be in the downward direction. So apply this to the given diagram. Apply the rules shown in the figure on your screen. Apply it to the given diagram, to this diagram, to this one, and to this one. Keep this finger in the direction of first vector and this in the direction of second vector. You will give, it will give, the thumb will give the direction of the resultant vector. A is first, so this show the direction of vector A. This will be kept in the direction of vector A. And this will the middle finger will be kept in the direction of vector B. If you want to find B cross A, this finger will be in the direction of vector B. Physical significance of vector product. A dot product conceptually is the projection that one vector has over another. This is why it is a scalar. It only tells us the length of the projection. Another way of thinking is that it tells one how parallel the two vectors are to one another. The larger a dot product between two unit vectors, the smaller the angle is between them in a given plane, are more obtuse if the angle is greater than 90 degree, the more parallel they are. So, physical significance of first one is dot product, this one is the vector product. A cross product result, physical significance means that the dot product, the first one, will give you A cross B will give you the direction of the resultant vector and the area occupied by the two vectors represents the physical significance. The third significance is that it gives you the effective component of one vector along the other vector. A cross product result in a vector that has a direction that is perpendicular to both vectors A and B and a magnitude that is equal to parallelogram with side length equal to the magnitude of the two vectors and a skew equal to the angle between the vectors. Another way of thinking is that it is conversely to the dot product. Tell us, one, how perpendicular the two vectors are. Larger the magnitude of the cross product between the two unit vectors, the larger is the angle between the two vectors. From 0 to 90. So 90, if cross product is maximum angle will be 90. If minimum, if product is 0, the angle will be 0. The angle will be 0. Torque. Torque refers to the twisting force that causes motion. It also refers to the turning effect. Furthermore, the point of the rotation of the object is called the axis of rotation. Individuals make use of this force without realizing this fact. Torque is actually the rotational effect produced by a body. Rotational effect produced by a body. Rotational effect produced by a body. So the formula for torque is equal to R cross F or F cross. You will write torque is equal to R cross F is equal to RF sine theta. RF sine theta. Where this is not T, this is ta. This represents torque. F represents linear force. R is the distance measured from the axis of rotation to where the application of linear force X. Theta, the angle between F and R. What is torque? This is the point of action of force. Point of action of force. The point at which force is applied. Point of action of force. This is point of rotation. Point of rotation. Pivot. And this is the distance between point of rotation and point of action of force. So it is called momentum, represented by R. So torque is equal to R cross F is equal to RF sine theta. RF sine theta. Torque, moment. The torque about a point P is equal to the force times the distance measured perpendicular to the force. Torque is equal to F cross L. Here, weight is acting in this direction. This is pivot, point of rotation. This is the perpendicular distance. So torque will be maximum. Torque will be maximum. In this case, momentum is in this direction. Force is also acting in this direction. Parallel. So if you write the equation for parallel, So if you write the relation ta is equal to RF sine 0, you will get 0 because sine 0 is equal to 0. Sine 0 is equal to 0. So it will make 0, the whole term will become 0. Here, weight is acting in this direction, in downward direction. This is momentum. This is the angle between these two. So T is equal to F cross L cos theta. This is sine theta. You will take the value of this theta. Now, in this case, weight is W1 is acting in this direction. W2 is also acting in this direction. And this W is acting in this direction. It produces clockwise torque and it produces anti-clockwise torque. So if clockwise torque is equal to anti-clockwise torque, the body will not rotate. Body will be in the state of equilibrium. When not in balance, system rotates in direction of higher torque. If it produces more torque, uh, the body will rotate. If it produce equal torque to the torque of the other body, the body will be in the state of equilibrium. So there are two types of torque, clockwise and anti-clockwise torque. If the direction of rotation produced is in the direction of the rotation of the needle of the clock, so if it is the body is rotating in clockwise direction, torque is called clockwise torque, and if it is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, then the torque is called anti-clockwise torque. Clockwise torque is negative. According to right hand rule, if you find the direction of torque, clockwise torque, if you apply right hand rule to clockwise torque, the thumb will point away from you. Keep the fingers in the direction of rotation of needles of clock. The thumb will show the direction of the torque, which is directed from you. And clockwise torque, if you anti-clockwise torque, if you keep the fingers in the direction of rotate in the direction of anti-clockwise, in the direction of rotation of clock, the clock will the torque will be clockwise and directed from you. If you keep, for example, look next page. I will plot the diagram, then I will explain. This force is using anti-clockwise torque. So you will keep the fingers in this direction. The thumb will show the direction of torque, which is towards you, which is towards the reader. So it will be positive. This body is producing torque in clockwise direction. If you keep the fingers in the fingers of right hand in this direction, in clockwise direction, the thumb will be directed from you. So clockwise torque will be negative and anti-clockwise torque will be positive. Now, different bodies have shown. If you want to open a door, you should exert force. This is axis of rotation. This is axis of rotation. This is axis of rotation. If you apply force perpendicular to the axis of rotation, perpendicular to the axis of rotation, if this is the axis of rotation and you exert force in this direction, make an angle of 90 degree, the torque will be maximum. But if this is the axis of rotation and you exert force anti-parallel or parallel, then torque will have minimum value, because torque is equal to RF sine theta, and sine 180 is equal to sine 0 and is equal to 0. Sine 180 and sine 0 both have 0 values. Both will have 0 torque. Torque will maximum when theta is 90, because sine 90 is equal to 1. Now, different forces have been shown. If one is acting, if two is acting, if one is acting parallel, this is point of rotation. This is the perpendicular distance. This is point of action. This force is acting parallel. So it will produce 0 torque. This will produce maximum torque because it is perpendicular. And this is produce 0 torque. It is perpendicular. But in this case, in case of this, if 2, moment arm is 0. Because point of action of force and point of rotation is same. So in case of F2, torque is 0, and in case of F1, torque is 0. And in case of force F3, torque is maximum. If torque is maximum for F3, the reason for this is that F3 is acting perpendicularly to the door, and F1 is parallel, so F1 is 0. When theta is 0, torque will have minimum value, and when theta is 90, torque will have maximum value. And in case of F2, 2 is perpendicular, but still it is 0, because point of action of force and point of rotation is same. Now we will jump to next page. Do this example by yourself by applying left hand Fleming rule. Now you can see the given shape. Red line, this one is moment arm. Keep the fingers in the direction of moment arm. Keep the fingers in the direction of moment arm. This green line represents the direction of force. This one represents the direction of torque. The direction of torque, green or purple color. This represents the direction of torque. So when the body is exactly at this position, when the body is exactly at this position, the force is in this direction. The force is in, the moment arm is in this direction, force is in this direction. Torque will be in the upward direction. But when you reverse the direction here, take this one, the force is in this direction. The torque will be in the downward direction. This show that when you reverses the direction of rotation, torque will also reverses the direction. The direction of torque will also be reversed. So we have two types of torque, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Clockwise will be positive according to right hand rule, negative according to right hand rule, and anti-clockwise torque will be positive according to right hand rule. Torque is the rotational effect, which depends on momentum and force. Greater is the momentum, greater will be the torque. More will be the force, more will be the applied force, more will be the torque. And torque is maximum when theta is equal to 90 degree and minimum when it is equal to 0 degree. Thank you, students. Tomorrow we will study equilibrium.